Still raining. Still raining. So, anyway, hi, everybody. I don't think we've had an episode yet this year where it hasn't been raining. I don't think we've had a Friday without rain. I don't know, maybe one. But it is raining yet again, and I know at least the past 2 episodes I've complained about it, but I'm not going to complain about it today. We have 30 days till springtime. I'm not going to complain about it today, but I hope you are staying dry. I'm a little soggy myself, but, we'll dry out eventually. Welcome to TGIF, Wilson County Public Library's weekly book talk, where we look at the best in YA literature. I am your host, Kate Britton. I am the teen librarian here at the Wilson County Public Library, and I'm so glad that you are joining me today, that they're staying nice and warm inside and watching this. I don't know, but you could be watching this on YouTube or Facebook in your car, on your phone, or don't watch this in your car while you're driving. That's a terrible idea. If you're doing that, stop that. Put away your phone right now. Okay, that's my little PSA. Anyway, today's book is a really fun book. It was actually, BuzzFeed called it the best YA book of 2020. And it is a retelling of the Romeo and Juliet story with kind of a twist. So this book is called These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, and it's really interesting because the love story really takes place before the events of the novel. Real quick background, it takes place in 1926 Shanghai, and it takes place between Juliet and Roma. So they were together before, they're not anymore, and now they're really bitter exes. And they're members of 2 rival gangs. So Juliet is the heir to the Scarlet Gang, and then Roma is the heir to the Russian gang, the White Flowers. So you have this kind of glitz and glamour of 1926 Shanghai dealing with the underworld of the city, and intertwined with this past romance, struggling to move forward and to deal with the rival gangs, but also like trying to bring the gangs together eventually to save the city from falling apart and from more people being killed. I'm trying not to give away too much, if you can tell. But so these gangs they're bitter rivals to begin with. It's getting worse. And so you have Juliet and Roma working together to kind of bring the tensions down a little bit, bring the heat down a little bit, a lot. And I think I find this really interesting personally because I think 1920s Shanghai, it's with all its glitz and glamour, is a fascinating setting in which to place this story. So you have the glitz and glamour, and then you have this seedy underbelly, and this really these high stakes between these 2 gangs and between these 2 characters. And Gong, so Chloe Gong, who writes this, it has this razor sharp wit with which she writes her books. And so it's this kind of interesting, witty, sharp, smart retelling of a story that we all know. And that's kind of a hard thing to do when it's a story that everybody is familiar with, like Romeo and Juliet. I mean, who doesn't know that story by the time they're about 15 or 16 years old? You know that story. You probably read it in school. And to make it fresh and interesting and not as predictable, because, you have all these modern retellings of Romeo and Juliet. You have, one of the big ones is West Side Story. And you kind of know what's going to happen, right? generally. You feel like you know what's going to happen, but with this, you really don't. Because the main events of the romance take place beforehand. And so it sets it with a different tempo and a totally different feel to it. So I think if you're looking for kind of a fast-paced, interesting, sharp book that really keeps you on your toes, I think this might be a really good one because, like I said, you think you know the Romeo and Juliet story, which we all really do know the Romeo and Juliet story, but this kind of takes it, puts a twist in it, and turns it on its head. So I think this book, These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, will be something that you'll really enjoy reading, and I'm really curious if you read it to hear what you have to say about it. And if you have read this, let me know because I'd also like to hear what you have to say about it. And we'll flash my email on the screen so you can email me and let me know what you thought about this. If you have any recommendations for any other books, I will gladly take them, and I'd love to read them, and I'd love to hear what you think. So you can send me an email on the email that I posted, or you can comment on our video and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. This is made for you teens here for the Wilson County Public Library, and without you guys, this wouldn't be happening. This happens for you. So I want to hear what you have to say because obviously you've got some input in this. So anyway, have a lovely weekend. That's it for me, really. But have a lovely weekend. I hope you stay nice and warm and dry. Remember, 30 days till spring. And I'll see you next time right here on TGIF. Bye guys, be good.